What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex, the best sports capper on YouTube. And by sports capper, I don't mean that I'm capping. It means that I can predict the future. I can tell you what's going to happen before it's going to happen. And 90% of the time, I'm going to be right. So if you want to get money in your pockets or just be able to talk shit to your friends because you know who's going to win the game before they play, this is the place to be. With that being said, I'm telling you the future before it's going to happen right now. This Philadelphia 76ers team is going to be trash, garbage, ass. It's a whatchamacallit, okay? We not monetized. I can say ass. It's a light cuss word. This team's not going to be good. Anyone who understands the game of basketball, this is why I constantly throw insults at some of you new age fans. Because you guys just watch ESPN all day. You know, you watch Fox Sports all day. These are garbage, recycled narratives, and they gas y'all heads up. And y'all think y'all understand the game of basketball. You think you understand the game of football. You think you understand the game of baseball. But at the end of the day, all you're doing is regurgitating what ESPN is telling you. But ESPN is never going to tell you the right thing. That's why they made a sports bet app, because they know they give you guys bad advice all the time, and you idiots run with it. I say that to say, chances are if ESPN's glazing something, it's the wrong thing to attach your horse to. I repeat, if ESPN is glazing something, this is the wrong thing to attach your horse to. All right, there's several reasons why this team is going to be absolute ass. And let's just start with chemistry, because this isn't 2K. See, someone who doesn't know basketball will look at this team and say, oh, they're going to be great. Look at all these 20-point per game scores on the team. But someone who knows basketball sees why that's a problem. But we're going to talk about why the amount of pure scores and talent on this team is going to backfire too. But before we get to that, let's just talk about chemistry. You have Jaylen Brown on this team. The same Jaylen Brown who more or less insinuated that Bronny James is trash. Now, I agree that Bronny James is trash, and I agree that he wouldn't be in the league if his dad wasn't LeBron. But would I say that as a fellow NBA player in the Brotherhood who's still playing while LeBron is? No, I probably wouldn't have said that. But Jaylen Brown did, and LeBron is very aware and remembers that he said that. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, Jaylen Brown also said not even 4 months ago that Joel Embiid is one of the biggest floppers in the NBA, which is also not a lie. But he just said this, and guess who he plays with now? Joel Embiid. See, this isn't 2K, it's 2K, guys. In 2K, chemistry doesn't matter. If you have highly rated players, they're going to play great. They're going to score whenever, and you're going to blow people out. But in real life, chemistry matters. Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid, they are coming in the gate with bad mojo, bad energy, and bad chemistry. On top of the fact that even if they didn't have any of this bad chemistry, like none of them have bad chemistry, for example, with VJ Edgecombe or Tyrese Maxey. But you still have to learn how to play with VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. But now these three have to learn how to play with each other on top of playing with VJ and Tyrese. And they have to learn how to get past all the things that they've said about each other all at the same time. All right, the other teams in the East have chemistry. The Cavs have chemistry. The Knicks have the best chemistry in the East. And all these other teams have chemistry. The Sixers are way behind in terms of chemistry, and that absolutely matters in real life sports. Now let's talk about the second point. You think you have all these high profile scorers on one team and this is going to work well. No, it's not. First of all, now granted, Joel Embiid is only going to play probably like 40 regular season games, maybe 60. I highly doubt he gets to 60. Realistically, he's going to play about 40 regular season games probably and try to be healthy throughout the playoffs. We'll see. Something's always wrong with crybaby Joel Embiid, all right? That's another problem, health. Joel Embiid's injured like every damn year, all right? LeBron's 40 years old. 40. So, you start to talk about this and you look at it from that perspective, how much are these guys even going to be playing together? And then that goes back to what I was just saying about chemistry. How long are these guys going to be playing together? What's that chemistry going to be like? LeBron about to be pushing 42 years old. But anyways, going back to points per game scores. These guys, if you think Maxey's going to continue this average, Brown's going to continue this average, James going to continue this average, and Embiid's going to continue this average, when they're all playing together, you're nuts. Someone's going to have to step back. Now, Jaylen Brown is not going to step back. The only reason Jaylen Brown's even on the Sixers instead of the Celtics is because he didn't like his role as basically second fiddle to Jason Tatum. He feels like he's better than Jason Tatum. Again, I don't really see the problem with Jaylen Brown's statement. But that statement ruined chemistry, which I started the video talking about, which made them get rid of him. Now he's in a place where he has even worse chemistry, but I digress. Either way, I say all this to say Jaylen Brown is not taking a step back. He's going to be a 20-point per game scorer last year. I seen this man jacking in an all-star game, right? Putting up more shots than everybody else in the all-star game like he was that guy. So he's not taking a step back. You can forget that, all right? Joel Embiid's not taking a step back. All right, I made a video a long time ago on this channel. I'm going to continue to come back to that. I said 2 years ago they should trade Joel Embiid, and they didn't. And now they're stuck with him because I don't think anyone would trade for him anymore. But Joel Embiid's going to look at it like, this is my team. I've been here my whole career. I'm not taking a step back. So I'm going to be a 20-point per game scorer. So what does that mean? That means Tyrese Maxey, you can kiss that 28 points per game goodbye. They're going to turn, this is what they're going to do to Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey might literally request a trade before All-Star break. I shit you not. This is my bold prediction for this team. I don't even think they're going to make it to All-Star game, past the All-Star game in their current form. I think by the trade deadline, someone's going to have to go. And I think Maxey's going to be the one to ask to, because Maxey's going to naturally be asked to take the biggest sacrifice. Now, Bron's going to take a sacrifice, right? Bron probably won't be a 20-point per game scorer next year. But for the offense to really have any chance of working, Maxey's going to essentially have to become like a spot-up shooter. Maxey can't be driving to the hole because Joel Embiid's clogging up the paint, and LeBron and Jaylen Brown want to drive to the basket. They're slashers, and they want to do post-up fadeaways. So there's not going to be any room. You got VJ Edgecombe, who also wants to do the same thing. He wants to drive to the basket and do post-up fadeaways. So Tyrese Maxey's the only one in this entire starting lineup that can even shoot. There's no one else that can shoot consistently. LeBron's jumper is consistently mid. Jaylen Brown's jumper is consistently mid. If we talking about from three, VJ Edgecombe can get hot from three. He can also be cold from three. He's consistently mid. The only one you can count on to shoot is Tyrese Maxey. That's it. Joel Embiid is hot and cold from three too. So they're going to regulate him to being a spot-up shooter. And now LeBron James is going to run point. Like, I was talking to this young boy, and he's like, oh, well, this could work if Tyrese Maxey running point. I got to stop you right there. There's no way Tyrese Maxey's running point on this team. LeBron James is going to run point on this team. I promise y'all that. So LeBron James is going to run point. Tyrese Maxey is going to be regulated to, because he can't drive. There's no space. Everyone's clogging the paint. So he's going to be regulated to three-point shooting because he's the only shooter, and everyone's clogging the paint. And he's not going to want to do that. I don't have the ball in my hands anymore. I'm just spot-up shooting, basically. This is trash. I want to be a three-level scorer again. Like, this is ass. I don't want to play here. All right? VJ Edgecombe about to be regulated to a three-point shooter. I hope he can get some consistency in his jumper, because all those drives to the lane, unless you want a fast break, over with. Like, this is going to be real stank. And I know, like I said, Embiid's only going to play like 40 games, but that's just going to make it worse because when he comes back for the playoffs, let's say without Embiid, this team is actually good. They're still not going to be great, but let's just say they're good. Jaylen Brown cooking, Tyrese Maxey cooking, Brown just dishing it to Edgecombe, and he kind of accepted his role as just basically the playmaker. Soon as Joel Embiid comes back, that shit is over with again. Because what Joel Embiid going to want to do, he's going to want to post up, he's going to want to hold the ball, survey, back down, shoot, flop, or kick out, and now you got to shoot a last-second three. But the problem is none of these guys are shooters. Like, this team is put together so again, if you know anything about basketball, I don't see how you would think this is going to be a good team. But if you don't know shit about basketball and all you know is whatever ESPN tells you, then I 100% see why you would be a good team. But I'm telling you guys right now, the money is betting against the Sixers. The money is betting against the Sixers. Depending on who the Sixers play, they may not get out of the first round. And I mean that sincerely. Depending on who the Sixers play, they very well may not get out of the first round. They very well might not. So we'll see. But I think we're going to have to make this video again by trade deadline, because I sincerely believe that the Sixers in their current form, I don't think they're going to make it past the All-Star break without somebody's ego causing them to ask for an out. And I would not be surprised if that player is Tyrese Maxey. Now, I know most of y'all are going to come in the comments and try to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And when it turns out that I'm right, you're not going to comment anymore. And that's fine. But these are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.